Thanks so much, Kama. We are live. Well, good morning to everybody and happy Saturday. I'm really excited to do this unboxing today. And I've got a little bit of a different setup. If the angle of the camera looks different, it's because I received some some extra stuff from Emma to give me more flexibility in how I position the camera. In the past, I've always had the camera set up just like this. You can see it in the shot right there. I've had the camera set up on this roll of stretch wrap, which works, works just fine. And I'm able to point it different directions and lift it up and carry it around and stuff like that. Today, I'm going to try with the camera attached to this extension bendable cable type thing so that I can maneuver it around a little bit and be hands-free. I won't even have to pick the camera up necessarily, although I'll probably move it as I'm trying to give you some looks into the container. Now, this container came from Thalia out of the great state of Missouri. She's got some really exciting stuff happening on her end right now. I'm going to try to get into the shot here. There we go. I think I almost got it. So Thalia, I have to get used to this now. Oh, goodness. There we go. I think I almost got it. So Thalia has some really exciting stuff going on right now as she and her family are building an amazing quilting shop. It's huge. I've seen pictures on her Facebook page of this new quilting extravaganza location where, it's just a mega sized building. So I can only imagine how she's going to fill it out with quilting. And I think there's going to be a woodworking shop there as well. It's just going to be a big to do. As a matter of fact, I'm hoping maybe this summer to make a trip out there and actually shoot some video and then share it with all of you as far as this new venue that is really kind of a dream realized. If I heard it correctly, and Thalia can correct me if I'm getting it wrong, but this was kind of a dream of her mom's to have a quilting shop like this. And whoop, that thing is tilting now. See if I can get this to stay in one place. Okay, I think I got it. So I think this is kind of a family dream that Thalia is realizing with having this quilting location. That's going to be a wonderful venue, and then it's going to have some other things attached to it as well. But our purpose today is to talk a little bit about this machine that we're going to be unboxing, and it belonged to Thalia's great granny. It was a machine. Let me get the information correctly here. I was just reviewing it with Thalia to make sure that I had the information correct. So Thalia's mom received this machine that we're going to unbox today from her grandmother when she was about 8 or 10 years old, which is around 1960 to 1962. So this has been a machine that's been in the family forever. In fact, this is the machine that Thalia learned how to sew on from the very beginning. So it's got a lot of sentimental value, a lot of family legacy rooted in this machine that we're going to unbox today. And some of you that follow things on Facebook very closely might remember that Thalia is also the one. This thing keeps leaning. I don't know what's going on with it. It's got a mind of its own. All right, I think I got it now. It keeps kind of doing this, like So Thalia is also the one that I had the privilege and the opportunity to prepare the centennial featherweight for as well. I took it out of my original owner machines from my collection and prepared that little princess of singers to go to Thalia first. So she already has one of the machines that I prepared for her, and we're going to be doing something similar with this machine. This machine that belonged to Great Granny. It's going to get new paint, new decals, just a total makeover. So it's going to look like it literally just came out of the factory, in the day when it was first born. So we are going to jump into this unboxing pretty quick because I have some customers coming to the workshop not too long from now, so I can't be quite as blah 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 as I usually am. But I know that Thalia is also in the chat, going to share some more details, answer questions about the family lineage of this machine and the significance of it to her family, and why she's investing in getting it fully restored so that it can become a family heirloom that continues the living legacy of Great Granny. And Great Granny's first name was Wanda Bonnie. Really a kind of a cool name. And then Thalia's mom's name is Patty Lou. So now you know the family a little bit. You know a little bit about the history of the family. Thalia can fill in some of the blanks that I probably left. And we'll begin the process of unveiling what this machine is. Now, I did notice that Thalia was a good steward and recycled the container that I sent the featherweight in. And so this is the container that started at the workshop, took the featherweight that I prepared for her all the way to Missouri, and then she sent it from Missouri all the way back to Wisconsin again. So this tote has gotten a good workout already. It's gotten a very good workout. And I'm going to see if I can give you an initial glimpse of it. All in all, it seems to have survived the 2 trips well, but I did notice on the bottom that there's a punch through where maybe it was dropped on a cement floor, or it came by UPS. So maybe at one point they tossed it on one of the backs of the UPS trucks that are a metal bed, and it broke through the bottom a little bit. So hopefully Great Granny's machine is okay, but I'll show that to you just so that Thalia can see it as well, because it's the nature of the beast, isn't it? It's the nature of the busy time of machines being moved during and around the holidays, whether it's USPS or UPS or FedEx or any of the other carriers. They're racing, trying to move things quickly, and sometimes they get a little bit careless, and that may be what happened here. So let's take a look at this. I'll show you the bottom where that punch through is, so you can kind of see what my concern is. But I'm sure that Thalia did a really good job of packing it, so it's probably of no consequence. That's what I'm hoping anyway. So I'm going to look at the live chat right now, welcome some folks, and also get feedback on how the audio quality is. Because like I explained in another live stream, I'm using a different mic system now. My camera, which is a Razer Pro camera, sounds really impressive, doesn't it? Has 2 built-in mics on the front, but sometimes they're a little bit wonky. So what I did is I invested, I'll show you real quick. I invested in, there, I almost got it. I invested in this mic right here, which is an external mic. It's also by Razer, and it's supposed to do an even better job of providing really, really good audio quality. So I'm anxious to get your feedback and see how clearly I'm coming through. Also, periodically while I'm going through the unboxing, I might play some music in the background, and you can let me know if you catch any glimpses or not glimpses really, but if you're able to hear it at all at any point, just to see if this microphone might be doing a little bit better job than the one that's built into the camera. So I'm going to take a look at the live chat. We'll get going on this and see if we can unveil Great Granny's machine that's been in the family a very, very long time. Let me see if I can get this camera relatively stable first. That's the thing. Whenever you're changing from one thing to another, it always becomes a little bit of a challenge, doesn't it? I've got to tighten this camera a little bit because it's doing some weird stuff. Hold on a second. See if I can tighten this camera on the bottom a little bit, because it keeps trying to pivot. Get it a little bit more sturdy, hopefully. Okay, I think I've got it now, sort of. Okay, I'm going to set that right there, kind of bend it down a little bit. All right, I'm going to take a look at the live chat, just see if there's anyone that I need to answer questions for, and just kind of get connected to you guys, because right now I'm focused over here and you're over there. So okay, so I'm going to say good morning, and it sounds like from what Kathy King said, the audio sounds like it's coming through well, so that's good. And I'll say good morning to Thalia, my dear friend from Missouri, and also the owner of this legacy machine that goes all the way from great granny to mom and now to her. So it's been in the family from the very beginning. Say good morning to Susie as well. Susie from Minnesota. And I don't think I recognize this name. I see a Laura, Lora, and I don't believe I've seen Laura before, Lora. So welcome to you as well. Welcome. It's great to have you here. And good morning to Kathy King. Good morning to Kathy King. I think I already said good morning to Kathy. So I'm saying good morning to Kathy twice now. And who else? I think I've greeted everybody. If I missed anyone, then I definitely need different glasses, different reading glasses. But I think I've said good morning to everybody and welcome to everybody. So let's get going on this. Let's get into this box. I'm going to show you the bottom just so you can kind of see. The only concern I have is a couple of little dings in the container, but that's why I use these plastic totes. And not only for shipping machines internationally, this is the same type of tote I use just to ship the one back to Adam in London, England. But I also use this domestically as well. So, but you can see right here, whoops, I'm knocking stuff over. You can see right here where the container got a pretty good hit right here. You can see where it's kind of puckered out a little bit, and you can see the stress point of where that plastic was flexed really, really hard. So it's hard to say what happened here, but it's definitely evidence that it took a good hit, didn't it? And then if I kind of tilt it back a little bit, if you look here real carefully, you can see here where the container is split open on the bottom from about here all the way over to here. And you can see some of the packing peanuts kind of poking through there. As a matter of fact, just for fun, I'll see if I can pluck one out. But this is the reality when you're dealing with shipping a machine distances. And that's why I use this approach. I use this approach because this serves as the outer shell. This is the first line of defense for the vintage sewing machine. So this can take quite a beating, and it's designed to be flexible and absorb a lot of that shock, a lot of that awe that the machine otherwise would be exposed to more directly if it were in a cardboard box. So, you know, this doesn't greatly concern me, but I just wanted to show it just in case we do discover that there's an issue, you know, that it's got a crack that's probably about 8 or 9 inches long from about right here across all the way to about there. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, all is well, and it's just cosmetic damage. And I will not, I will not repurpose this to go back to Missouri again. I will use a brand new tote. This has already made a journey from Oconto, Wisconsin to Missouri, and Missouri back to Oconto, Wisconsin again. That's enough. This can retire now and consider that it had a good life. So when Great Granny's machine goes back, it'll be in a different tote. Okay, let's take a look and see if we can start getting into this. And I'm getting used to this new setup, so I've got to see if I can maybe shift it around a little bit. I'm just going to see if it's secure. Let's see here. There we go. I've got it on the table a little bit better now. Okay, I'm going to check my camera angle. I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good, actually. All right, so let me look at the chat one last time, and then I'm going to leave the chat in the hands of Susie. I think Susie is my only moderator present right now. So if you have any questions, or if you need to get my attention or something like that, I've got my phone on, and Susie can send me a text, and then I'll pay attention to what's happening in the live chat. Otherwise, Susie from Minnesota, you're in charge now. And I know you'll do a great job of making everybody feel welcome, answering the questions you're comfortable answering. And that way I can focus on this unboxing of Thalia's Great Granny's machine. Okay. All right. So I'll take one peek at the live chat, and then I won't be looking at it very much. So if you type a question and I don't respond, that's why. That's why. Okay. Good morning to Kathy King again. Good morning. Good morning. Hello to Ron. I don't see Ron, but someone said hi, Ron. So I trust that Ron is out there too. Oh, I see him now. Okay. Good morning to Ron. Okay. I'm going to get busy on this. It looks like everything is well in hand. And again, it's always a special treat to have the owner present. So having Thalia here as that family legacy member that is carrying this machine forward now from great granny to mom, and now to her, and eventually maybe to one of Thalia's children, or even her grandchildren when that eventually happens. So this machine, I know, will be in the family a very, very long time for generations to come. So that's super cool. Super cool. Yeah, let the workshop magic begin. Not quite yet. Right now, we're going to work on just trying to get this out of the container. So, all right, so let's get going on this. And I'm not going to be doing a lot of talking initially, so I'm going to put on a little bit of music. I have no idea if you'll be able to hear it or not, but I'll put it on anyway, just so I've got something to listen to while I'm doing this. And if someone wants to, just for fun, if someone wants to go ahead and type in the live chat what the distance is from Missouri to Oconto, Wisconsin, and back times two, because this tote again went from Oconto, Missouri, from Missouri back to Oconto. How far did it travel? How far did it travel? I'm just curious. All right, I'm going to shut up now and get opening. Yes. lots of tape. All right, I'm making headway here. I'm making headway. Power of static electricity. The static electricity is just off the charts in the workshop. So these peanuts, I try to grab them and it's like they run away. Like they're running away. Yeah, that'll be exciting once Thalia gets that quilting shop open fully. I think it's getting really close. Uh, I'm definitely going to find a way to make a trip out there and do a live stream if possible. Otherwise, I'll shoot video and then upload it, highlighting this new venue. And again, Thalia may have already shared in the live chat. I don't know, but this is, I believe, was a dream of her mom's, and so it's kind of a really a neat thing when we can fulfill something that our parents had dreamed and hoped for, and then we become the vessel that makes that a reality. So many folks are excited about this opening. It's going to be so much fun, so cool. Okay, I'm getting really close. There we go. I think I have almost all the peanuts gathered up now. So you can see that Thalia has done a good job of trying to cocoon Great Granny's machine. Looks like we have several layers of bubble wrap wrapped around this. The only thing I would recommend, and it just goes back to, again, the fact that we can always, all of us can always do things a little bit better, and we can always kind of step it up a little bit further, is when you put this outer shell of this bubble wrap around a vintage machine and you're going to ship it, just take a little bit of stretch wrap and kind of tuck this in nice and tight around the machine. What it'll do is it'll provide a little bit better cushion, a little bit better shock protection for the machine as it's traveling those many miles. And someone probably already typed it into the live chat, the distance from Oconto to Missouri and then Missouri back to Oconto. That's how far that tote that we saw has traveled. And now this has traveled all the way from Missouri all the way to Oconto. So it's a great distance. A lot of hands touch it in that amount of time. A lot of hits, a lot of drops, and a lot of near misses probably. So that's the only thing I would do differently, is just putting that stretch wrap. And then what I do once I tuck it into the machine real tight, almost like a girdle, almost kind of tuck it in like a girdle, is over the top of that stretch wrap, I'll then put packing tape. And that's what, if it's been a couple months ago at least, when I shipped Thalia's featherweight to her. And there's one of the pictures that she shared. She took so many great pictures of her family getting involved with the arrival of the featherweight and the unboxing of the featherweight. But one of the photos that I like the best, I couldn't stop laughing when I saw it, is a picture of her husband looking at the featherweight that's cocooned, and he's holding something in his hand. It may have been a cutting tool or something. And he's just looking at it with that expression of, where do I start? How do I get into this thing? How do I get into this thing? And I bet you Thalia knows exactly what picture I'm talking about, but it was a classic photo when someone looks at one of the packing jobs that leaves the workshop and they're like, I think I better grab something to eat and maybe go to the bathroom and maybe get an energy drink as well before I try tackling this, because it's going to be a handful. So, but I'll go ahead and start removing some of the layers off of this, and we'll see what we find inside. We'll see what we find inside. The only thing I'm going to highlight real quick is when you're shipping a vintage machine, if it has the pedestal feet on the bottom, you know what I'm talking about, the cast feet that are on the bottom of the machine, you'll want to provide just a little bit better protection, a little bit thicker cushion underneath those pedestals. Here on the bottom, you can see, if you look real close, if I pull that bubble wrap back just a little bit, you can see that we have one of the pedestal feet kind of poking through. So just a tip for anyone that's shipping a machine that has those classic cast pedestal feet, they're really vulnerable when it comes to, that particular tote being dropped or other things. You remember our friend Alberto, that his family, he ended up passing away. I did a FOF 130-6 for him and another one for his sister, and they ended up sending me this really beautiful gift as a thank you because the machines meant so much to Alberto and to his family. And remember when he shipped that 130-6 to the workshop, one of his pedestal feet actually got snapped off and I had to repair it. So just provide a little bit of extra protection to these because they're usually, unless the machine is shipped sideways, they're going to be on the bottom banging against that the bottom of the tote and hitting that cement or that metal, and they could easily get snapped off. We got one there. We got another one that's kind of here. This one isn't quite poking through. I just pull on it a little bit. I can probably get it to poke through. There's the other pedestal foot right there. So, yeah, just provide. What I would do is I would take like a little bit of bubble wrap and I would fold it a couple times and make it probably about 6 layers thick and just put an extra little cap over the top of the pedestal feet and then go around it with that bubble wrap and stretch wrap. So, yeah, better safe than sorry, right? Because these are a little bit cumbersome to try to repair. So, yeah, and I'm kind of turning it around. Over here we got another one sticking through. So, and this one is kind of sticking through also. And this is going to be table mounted, so it's not a showstopper, but I'm just pointing it out in general, a general packing tip, just a general packing tip. We can start to catch a glimpse of the machine now, and this is exciting because this particular machine that belonged to great Granny and then to Thalia's mom and now to Thalia has one of the most amazing spoked balance wheels that this company ever made. I'm not telling you anything about the machine yet. We're just going to reveal it together. And once we get to that point, I'll probably have one of you look up the serial number and actually tell us what make, model, when the machine was born, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, but look at that balance wheel. We're just catching a quick glimpse of it. Absolutely fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. All right, to test all of you to see if you were paying attention, type in the live chat what Thalia's the name of Thalia's great granny. Thalia's great granny. The name of Thalia's great granny. Oh, welcome to Emma too. Emma had reached out early this morning saying she probably would not be able to make the live stream because she was going to be helping her sister out doing some moving. Her sister and husband are moving into a new house that they've been waiting to move into for a couple years now. It's being built new. And so it's great to see. It's great to see Emma here as well. Fabulous. Fabulous. And Candido, welcome to Candido as well. I see that Candido has popped up, and welcome to Sunny. I see that Sunny has popped up in the live chat as well. Just quickly looking to see if there's anyone else that I missed. Anyone else? So does anyone remember Thalia's great granny's first name? Actually, kind of her first middle name. But a lot of the Southern folks will have like two names for the first name. It gets to be a little bit confusing, kind of like some of the Latino cultures where they'll have like 10 names that you have to, if you're going to say their full name properly, it's sometimes 10 names long. And it's like, holy mackerel, how am I going to remember that? Can we just go with a nickname or something like that? That would be awesome. Bonnie, well done. Well done. Laura's awesome. Laura, and I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Lora. Laura is how I would say it. But I think she's a family member, so she's got the inside track. You know what I mean? She's got the inside track. But she's absolutely right. What Thalia told me is great granny's official name was Wanda Bonnie. Wanda Bonnie. What a cool name, right? Wanda Bonnie. Anyone remember Thalia's mom's name? I mentioned it towards the beginning of the live stream. Does anyone remember Thalia's mom's name? Type it in the live chat. If you get it right, I'll tell you what, I'll give you guys an incentive for jumping out there. I'll give you. Now, Laura, Lora, typed yes and then nope. So I don't know, either it means yes, I'm saying her name correctly, or no, I'm not. So yeah, I'd probably be better off just saying Ms. Starwalt. Ms. Starwalt. Then I got a fighting chance, you know? Ms. Starwalt. Yeah. Okay. Well, Thalia's mom's name is Patty Lou, in case you forgot that. Patty Lou. Patty Lou. All right. Look at the size of that balance wheel. Give me an idea. It's like 6.5 inches, 6.5 inches in diameter, approximately. Almost 7 inches in diameter. I'm going to turn the machine around and show you the faceplate. And again, remember, this is the machine. This is the machine that Thalia learned how to sew on. I'm going to try to bend this camera over and get a little bit closer to it. Hopefully I don't knock it off. I'm just going to unclip it temporarily. Is that spectacular or what? Wow. Wow. All right, I'll continue the unpacking process here. Absolutely amazing. Good morning to Bill as well. Good morning to Bill. Oh, you know what I should do? I almost forgot. Hold on a second. She doesn't make a lot of the live streams because she's really busy, but you guys know I've mentioned Madeline before. Madeline from Naples, Florida. As a matter of fact, Madeline and Emma are very good friends. Well, they've seen me do other unboxings. They've seen me do other unboxings, and I'm always talking about being careful, being real careful, and angling the scissors away from the machine when you're cutting through the bubble wrap and stuff, right? And so she said, instead of having to explain that each time, why don't you just use these? And she sent me these trauma shears, which are bandage scissors for EMTs and nurses. Now, I am not an EMT or a nurse, so I don't know if someone's going to show up on the doorstep and say, Scott, you're not authorized to be using those. You're not authorized because you're not an EMT or a nurse. So, what I might do is, hold on a second. What I might do just to protect myself is I might do this real quick. Now they're just trauma shears and they're bandage scissors. Oh, I got to get rid of four too. Hold on a second. There we go. Now they're just trauma shears and bandage scissors. And I don't need to be an EMT or a nurse. Thank goodness. Because I don't want those guys with the dark sunglasses to show up on the porch of the workshop and say, we got to confiscate those, buddy. We're going to confiscate them. So I'm going to see if I can pull these out and give them a go during this live stream. Do you have any crickets? I got two of them. These are jazzy looking. Holy mackerel. Look at that. Well, let's try them and see how they work, huh? Let's try them and see how they work. They're definitely sharp. They're very, very sharp. Holy mackerel. Very sharp scissors. You don't want to run with these. Don't run with these unless you point them down. It wasn't that the rule when we were kids? When we were kids, you could run with something like a pencil as long as you pointed it down. So if I start running around the workshop, Dr. Singer will be the first one to say, stop running. And if you're going to run, point those shears down, man. Point them down. You'll lose an eye. You. Oh, we're going to give this a try again now. Here we go. It's just a little bit low. Let's raise it up just a little bit. There we go. One is calling. I'm going to go ahead and decline this call. So if you're watching this live stream right now and you're trying to call me and I decline it, then call me back again. Oh, good morning to Susan as well. Susan Corvalin. Just see if there's anybody else I didn't say hello to. Oh, good morning to Mesa GSP as well, aka Bill. And Bill should be getting his hat in the mail if he didn't already. I mailed out his hat. And if you don't know what I'm talking about as far as hats, these hats were prepared for me exclusively by Susie from Minnesota and sent to me in a goodie box around Christmas time. Let me show you. And at one of the recent live streams, I invited folks that wanted to get their mitts on one of these to send me a text during the live stream with their contact information. And these are the hats right here that I'm talking about. This white one with the black lettering, Cow Country Vintage Sewing Machines and Restoration. And then I've got this gray one with the pink sparkly letters. This is really a kind of a favorite of mine. I really like the look of it. And then I've got this red one that has a totally different font. It's more of a script type font. It says the same thing with a red hat. And then a white one similar to that. Another white one like that. And then a white one with pink lettering with sparkly letters on here. Kind of cool. And then a black one, similar to the first one I think we looked at, similar to that. This is a black one with or a black and white hat with the black lettering. I think this is the one we sent to Bill. This might be the one that I sent to Bill. I don't remember for sure, but I believe it was. And then finally this one, and I told Susie I really kind of like this one. It's kind of a meteor. It's a meteor font. It's a little bit bulkier It kind of looks like a cow country font. And this is the gray hat with the red lettering. And it's got like a little shadow, a little fade around it, kind of cool look as well. So I think these are fabulous. And I've already sent one to Robin. I sent one to a couple of other folks already. And then I believe it was Bill that saw the live stream as a video afterwards and sent me an email. He said, I would love to get one of those hats. I would love to get one of those hats and wear it. And so I sent him one as well. So if anyone, I'll say I'm going to limit it to two. I'm going to limit it to only two. Only two. To the first two people, the first two individuals that want to send me a text right now, and indicate that you want a hat, include your name, your address, and then specify which hat you want. Only the first two people. The first two people that come through on a text will I give them to. So you can say, hey, I really want that gray one with the red lettering. Or you know what? I'll go with the black one, the black and white one with the black lettering. I love that. Or you know what? Please send me the white one with the pink sparkly lettering. That's the one I want. Or I want the scrolly font one. Send me that one. Or how about send me this one, the red version of it. That one would be cool. Send me that red one right there. Or you can send me the gray one with the pink lettering as well. That would be super cool. Or maybe just the plain white one with the black lettering. Yeah. So there's all kinds of choices potentially, but only to the first two people. Only the first two people that send me a text message. And you might be saying, what is your number, Scott? You got to give us your number. You guys should know my number now. You should know my number by now. Come on, really? Okay. Well, if Susie or one of the other folks, Susie or Sonny, if Susie or Sonny would be willing to type my number in the live chat, I would be grateful. Type my cell number in the live chat, and that way the two individuals that reach me first will have their pick of one of these hats, one of the hats I just showed you, okay? Either the gray one with the red lettering, the white one with the black lettering, the white one with the pink lettering, the white one with the black scrolly lettering, the white one with the scrolly writing, and I just saw one popped up, red one with the scrolly writing, gray one with the I like this one too. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. So I think I got my two people already. Hold on just a second. Let me take a look. Let's see here. So I got a message from Laura, Lora, and she put down gray. Let's see. Now I'm confused because Laura put down white one, and then she put down gray pink. So let me get it out here. So this is a white one. And then gray pink, I think, is this one. So if Lori wants to either type in the live chat or send me a follow-up text as to which of these two she wants, the white with the pink or the gray with the pink. I think she wants the gray with the pink. I think she wants this one on the right. And then Lori, I'll need if you'll text me your mailing address as well. Otherwise, what I could do, well, it probably, this great Granny's machine is probably not going to get finished for quite a while. It's going to take a while. So I can mail this to you ahead of time if you provide an address for me to mail to. Yeah, and Lori is confirmed she wants the gray with the pink. So this is the one that I'm going to set aside for Lori. And I assume Lori is also from Missouri, but I don't know. But Lori, if you want to text me your mailing address, I'll drop this in the mail to you this week. And this will be Lori's to wear proudly out in her neck of the woods. So I'm going to set that to the side. Oh, okay. And I respect everyone's privacy. I'm really, really big on privacy, but I will reveal to all of you secretly, but verbally, that Lori is not actually from Missouri like Thalia. She's not from Missouri like Thalia. She's from the state that we did a fundraiser for a history museum in, and we raised almost $12,000 in 10 days. Now, there's a big clue. We did a fundraiser for a history museum in this state, and in 10 days, we raised about $12,000 right in the middle of the pandemic. And that's where Lori calls home, that neck of the woods, to the south of the workshop somewhere. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. All right. Who else do we have? I thought we had a second text that came through, but I might be mistaken. Give me just a second, y'all. So Lori is the only one that's going to get a hat this time. I'm going to close out the opportunity right now, and I will mail off a hat to Lori or Laura. I'll get it right eventually. Laura, I will mail off a hat to Laura down in Indiana. There, I let it out of the bag. She's from the state of Indiana. There you go. So I will mail that off to her in Indiana. And that's all I'm going to give away this time because no one else responded within a reasonable amount of time. So I'm giving away one hat this time, but I'll be offering these other hats in the near future that Susie from Minnesota prepared for me. So, but if anyone else sent a text, I didn't get it. I did not get it. So sorry about that. So Laura's the only one that's going to get a hat today.